During a recent podcast interview that aired on July 28th, Donald Trump hinted at the fact that these indictments that he is just constantly getting all the time, they may be causing some marital problems for him. Here's what Trump had to say. It's always unpleasant when you have to go in and tell your wife that, by the way, tomorrow sometime I'm going to be indicted. And she says, for what? And I say, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. You know, this to me, again, wasn't necessarily a story. Typically, not something I talk about because, okay, who cares? You got to go home and tell your wife, like, it's a great pot roast. By the way, don't watch the news tomorrow. I'm going to be indicted, you know. But the reason I actually wanted to talk about this is because at the same time that this podcast was airing, we had new revelations from Miles Taylor, the former chief of staff of the Department of Homeland Security. New revelations from his new book, where he talked about the fact that according to other staffers in the White House, Melania Trump, at one point during the administration, was considering leaving Donald. But according to the way Taylor tells it, according to the other staffers, so, you know, third, fourth-hand information here, take it with a grain of salt. But those staffers allegedly said Melania was kind of hoping maybe there'd be like a big staff revolt and like everybody would leave and then she would just also leave with them. So if that story's accurate, you had Melania in the White House like, hey, you know, I heard a lot of y'all are planning on leaving. Just so you know, I'm packed. Like if we want to do this, let's do this. Let's get the hell out of here. I'll call the cars myself and we can all just ride off into the sunset, leave this guy behind. So that's why this story is so funny to me, because it came out the same day that Miles Taylor's new revelations came out. Like she wanted to leave him and now Trump's like, yeah, I got to tell you, it's tough telling my wife every couple of days, hey, you're not going to believe what happened. I got indicted again. But here's the thing. I don't buy any of this. If Melania Trump wanted to leave Donald Trump, she's had like a million opportunities to do so. Okay, she has stood by him through some of the most horrific things a wife can stand by her husband with, right? Like the whole Stormy Daniels stuff, the Access Hollywood tape, all of that, the E. Jean Carroll case. In fact, reports came out recently saying that when the E. Jean Carroll stuff happened, the trial, Melania wasn't mad at Donald. She was mad at his lawyers for being so crappy. So maybe there was some plot by Melania to get all the staff to revolt and then she'd just, sneak out with them. Hopefully nobody would notice. But I don't think so. Trump may be afraid of Melania, but that's because he doesn't want to go through another messy divorce. He also probably understands that going through a divorce while running for president wouldn't be great for his campaign, so that's why he's afraid of her. Not because he's scared of her, but because he's scared of the ramifications that come along with a potential divorce. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.